Hello students, today I am going to discuss cash book. So basically this is under special purpose books or other books chapter. So first of all we've been seeing the theoretical system of bookkeeping under which all the transactions are first recorded in books of original entry, that is the journal, and then posted to the principal book, that is ledger. But it requires a lot of time and work. Moreover, the classified information regarding major items like cash balance, purchase, sales, it cannot be made readily available under such theoretical system. This is the reason that the journal is subdivided into various parts known as subsidiary books. The system of recording transaction in various subsidiary books and then posting them into the ledger is known as practical system of bookkeeping. Basically, it is realized that most of the transactions are related to the purchase of goods and sale of goods and cash receipts and payment, etc. For practical convenience, separate sub-journal or subsidiary books are maintained to record each particular class of transactions. Generally, the following types of subsidiary books are used in the business. The books is cash book, purchase book, sale book, purchase return book, okay, then sale return book, then bills receivable book, receivable book, bills payable book, journal proper, last one, journal proper or proper journal. Okay, these are the 8 points, 8 types of subsidiary books. First one is cash book, purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, sale return book, bills receivable book, bills payable book, journal proper or proper journal. Okay, so basically in today's class I am going to discuss about that cash book. Receipt and payment. Receipt and payment of cash and bank are recorded in this cash book. Receipt and payment of cash and bank both are recorded in cash book. So cash book, this cash book is prepared to record the cash receipt and payment, cash payment, okay, to be recorded not like this. Cash book prepared to record the cash receipt and cash payment it is also known as special purpose subsidiary book. Okay, special purpose subsidiary book. So some important points are there. You have to remember that points, that there is no need to prepare the cash account separately because cash book serves the purpose of cash account. Always remember, I repeat my line, there is no need to prepare the cash account separately because cash book serves the purpose of cash account. And the second point is, cash book is always positive, or cash book does not show the negative balance in any situation. Remember, cash book always show positive balance, does not show negative balance in any situation. Okay. Now, types of cash book. Okay, basically there are three types of cash book. First one is simple cash book oblique single column cash book. Number two is double column cash book, and number three is petty cash book. Okay, you have to remember that 3 points separately. And in today's class I am going to discuss about simple cash book or single column cash book. In simple cash book, only cash receipt and cash payment are recorded in the single column cash book. Okay, I repeat, only cash receipt and cash payment are recorded in single column cash book. Now I am going to share one question regarding single column cash book. This is the question regarding single column cash book. Here it is written, date 2018 January 1, a cash in hand, cash received from Mohan Bros, transportation expenses, machinery purchased for cash, GST will be there, and sold goods for cash, GST will be there, purchase goods for Parag traders on credit, cash paid to Akshay, sold goods to Manmohan for cash, deposited cash into bank, then wages paid. You have to enter the following transaction, enter these transactions in the cash book. Okay, so I have to draw the diagram first. Cash book, single column. Okay, I repeat my word that you have to keep that scale always in your bag. Okay, this is the format. No need to write in this thing. Cash book, single column, to write debit, credit. Okay, date, particulars, LF, amount, date, particulars, LF, amount. Okay, to write that rupee symbol here. First transaction, you pause this video, then write in your copy this question, then start the solution. First of all, you pause this video, write this question, then you start your solving part. Okay, first of all, it is written here, cash in hand 10,000 on January 1. So on January 1, you write to balance BD. Cash in hand means this is balance BD 10,000. Okay, on January 3rd, it is written cash received from Mohan and Bros 2,000. So I write here. Always remember, all receipts are posted in debit side and all payment are posted in credit side. You have to receive, that's why the journal is cash account debit to that Mohan and Bros. That's why you have to remember that thing. This is the debit side, cash account debit to Mohan and Bros. Okay, so what is the value? 2,000. Next one is January 4, transportation expenses 1,000. Transportation expenses 1,000. Here it is not mentioned whether it is paid or received. If any question related to transportation expenses write like this type, you have to remember one thing, this is one kind of a payment. That's why that transportation expenses is a payment. So the journal is transportation expenses account debit to cash. So cash account credit, that's why you have to write January 4 by transportation expenses. What is the value? The value is 1,000. Okay. Next one is January 8. Here it is written machinery purchased for cash within bracket GST 18%. Machinery purchased, written here machinery purchased. So what is the journal? Machinery account debit to cash. Machinery account debit to cash is the journal. So cash is the credit. That's why you have to write that balance of machinery in credit side of cash book. January 8 by machinery account 15,000. Now the question is, what is the value of GST? So you have to write 15,000 into 18%. So the value is into 18. %. You have to give half to CGST, half to SGST. So the half is 1350. You write here. By date is same. By input, when you purchase any machinery, in that case you have to pay that value with GST input CGST 1350 by input SGST 1350. Okay. Next question, on January 10, sold goods for cash, GST 12%, 12,000 sold. When you sold anything, in that case cash comes in. When cash comes in, always we put that cash value in a debit side. So cash account debit to whatever sold. Here sold goods. That's why you have to write sale on which side? On debit side to sales account 12,000. What is the GST value? When you sell, in that case you have to put output GST CGST to output SGST. What is the value? 12,000 into 12%. 1440. So into half is equal to 720. So 720, 720. Why half? Because you have to provide that GST in a two way, CGST and SGST way. Okay. Next one is January 12. Here it is written, purchase goods from Parag Traders on credit. What is the value? 6,000. What is the GST value? Percent is 12%. Purchased. So right here in credit side, January 12. Okay. So write Parag Traders, na. But here the important word is that, look at the question, purchase goods from Parag Traders on credit. Always remember, only the cash transactions are comes in your cash book. Any kinds of credit transaction does not comes in your cash book. So here it is written, purchase goods from Parag Traders on credit, GST 12%, whatever GST is there. You don't write any ledger, any journal if it is a credit transaction in cash book. Okay. So you have to write note after this solving. Next one, January 16, cash paid to Akshay. Obviously it comes cash paid. So January 16 by Akshay. What is the value? 2,000. Next one is January 19, sold goods to Manmohan for cash, GST 12%, 15,000. January 19 to sale account 15,000, to output CGST 900. Why? You calculate 15,000 into 12%. Calculate 15,000 into 12%. 1800. You provide that 1800 into two separate GST way, CGST and SGST way. So 900, 900. Next one is January 21. Deposit cash into bank 3000. Deposit cash into bank 3000. So January 21 by bank 3000. Next one is wages paid. January 23 wages paid. You pay that wages cash credit. January 23 by wages 2000. Okay, now you have to add everything. First of all, check the both side. 10,000, 2,000, 12,000, 720 debit side, 720, 15,000, 900, 900. Okay, so basically this side is, I think, 1,000, 15,000, 100%, right? This side, debit side is bigger than, the value of debit side is bigger than credit side. So that's why you have to write total is 10,000 plus 2,000, 12,000, 24,000, 15,000, 720 plus 900, 42,240. That side also 42,240. Now you have to minus 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1350, 135, 1,000. Then you have to get January 31st. Remember the date, January 31st. You write by balance CD. Remember, by balance CD. Balance CD. Okay. What is the value? Plus 16,000, 540. Okay, 16,540 is the value. You have to write after that here February 1 to balance VD 16,540. Okay, now here you have to write one note, key note. Goods purchased on credit from product traders will not be recorded in the cash book because there is no involvement of cash. Okay, so this is the working notes. You have to write working notes after that, solving that question, that solution. Okay, is the question, the solution. On next day we see double entry cash book. Okay, so